Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to my review of Bad Times at the El Royale. This is the latest movie from Drew Grider. He wrote and directed this. Of course, he wrote Cabin in the Woods, which I really enjoyed. And this is uh, sort of a similar story. This is about seven strangers that meet at Lake Tahoe, this resort that's in between California and Nevada. I think that's what it's in Nevada. It's a rundown hotel with a secret past, and these seven strangers meet. And this is the story, basically what happens to them. And you have Jeff Bridges in this. He plays Father Daniel Flynn. You have Cynthia Irago. She plays Darlene Speed. She's a singer. You have Dakota Johnson, this mysterious girl. Then you have John Hamm, who's supposed to be I think, a vacuum cleaner salesman. You have Chris Hemsworth as a Billy Lee. He plays as sort of a cult leader. And you have Louis Pullman. He plays Miles Miller. He's I guess, the bellhop or concierge of this hotel, and you get to choose which side you stay in, the California side or the Nevada side. And this movie, like I said, each character has their own past, and they kind of delve into each character's past, and they kind of all intersect, in the movie. And you have to figure, I guess, the big gist of this movie is that these things, certain circumstance happens in the movie, without spoiling, certain things happen in the movie that kind of bring them all together into the a plot together, even though they have their own separate stories. Now, I loved Cabin in the Woods. I thought Cabin in the Woods was nice and original and well written and well directed. This movie, I think, is a little too long. I mean, it's 2 hours and 21 minutes. And I realize because they have seven characters in this, you kind of, they go into each character's background somewhat, so you get a kind of feel of, for each character. But I think they could have cut at least 20 minutes off this movie, at least, just to, 'cause it's a little too long. And certain characters don't get enough backstory, or the backstory is told way too fast. Okay, so they could have kind of maybe cut some of the characters, I think, in this movie. It's still an entertaining movie. I think Jeff Bridges does his usual good job, and I love, especially to Cynthia Ivero. I think this is, she's going to be in the Widows movie as well, but she, plays Darlene Sweet, a singer with a past and stuff. And I thought she was really good. I liked her interactions with Jeff Bridges' character a lot. And John Hamm, of course, he plays this vacuum cleaner salesman who's sort of obnoxious, but there's a reason for that, actually, that you'll find out in the movie. And then you have, again, this mysterious lady played by Dakota Johnson. And it would kind of spoil it if I kind of explain what her character does, or who her character ultimately is. But her character ties into another character against other characters. And like I said, they all converge. All those characters, their interactions are what's interesting about the movie, and it kind of ties it all together. Like I said, it's an interesting movie. Again, a little too long. Okay, I think they could have cut at least 20 minutes out of this movie, but I did find it entertaining. I don't think it's as good as Cabin in the Woods. I think Cabin in the Woods is just really on point and stuff. But I think this movie's a little too long. It's interesting, and again, I like the actors involved in this, but I think it's just a little too long. Okay, but what can you do? Anyway, I like the movie. Again, I don't think it'll get movie of the year or anything like that, but it's still an entertaining movie, and definitely have interesting characters in it. But again, I think it's just a little too long. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna give Bad Times at the El Royale. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I thought it was really good. I think Chris Hemsworth too was this cult leader Billy Lee. I thought he was I thought he was really good too as Billy Lee. But again, I think this movie just a little too long. I mean, I think it's good that I like the interactions between the characters, and I think the actors do a good job. But I think it's a little too long, and just maybe some of the characters could have been cut down, and some of the characters didn't, who you kind of wanted their background, they didn't quite get into those characters without spoiling it, which is kind of a disappointment to me. But it is what it is. But it still is entertaining, and I'm, again, give it a 7.5. Anyway, let me know what you think of Bad Times at the El Royale. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please give it a thumbs up. I have links to my social media in the description box, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram in the description box, as well as a link to my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long, and take care.